Hello, today we're going to do lesson 23, and in this lesson we're going to be using unit multipliers to convert measurements. And in this case we're only going to be using the US system. In another lesson we will use the metric system. So we have here 5 conversions that you need to know by memory. So remember, you have to memorize these, okay? So write them down so that you can easily use them whenever you're doing these kind of exercises. And little by little, you will memorize these and not need this help anymore. So let's look at the first example. In the first example, it says convert 420 feet to inches using unit multipliers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 420 feet here. And then I'm going to pass a parenthesis that goes down into the next line. Notice how if I had here the lines, then the 420 is on the top and that unit multiplier goes to the next line. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself or check in the conversion table if I know the relationship between feet and inches. And I do, it's right here. It says that 1 foot equals 12 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the same unit that is on the top, I'm going to put it on the bottom. That's how I start. Why? Because I want these to cancel with these. And then I'm going to put the units where I want to go, in this case the inches. Now the conversion table tells us that 1 foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to put the 12 inches there. And now what we have to do is multiply. Now notice that this feet is going to go with this feet. And now I'm going to have 420 times 12. Now how do I know if it's multiplying or dividing? Well, because if both of them are on the top, then they're multiplying. If one is on the top and then the other one is on the bottom, then they're dividing. And that's it. That's all we have to do. Now, obviously, you can multiply 420 times 12 and get the answer, but it's not really necessary right now. You can do that in a calculator. So we'll just leave it like that. What is important is that you know that they are multiplying. Let's look at the next example. In this one, it says convert 72 feet to yards using unit multipliers. So again, I'm going to write the 72 feet. And I'm going to put my unit multiplier going to the next level. Remember, that's super important. Then I'm going to write the unit that I'm starting with. I'm going to write it on the bottom, always, so that they can cancel each other. And then I know from the table that 1 yard equals 3 feet. And so I put yards on the top. Now notice 1 yard equals 3 feet, not 1 foot equals 3 yards. So that's important, okay? When I multiply, I realize that these feet disappear, or they cancel each other. And then I see that the 3 is on the denominator. It's on the bottom. So I have to divide that. Now that's an easy division, because if I divide 72 divided by 3, that's 24. So that's pretty easy. So I'm going to do that one. Now if you leave it like this, that's also correct. But let's just do it since it's so easy. And the answer is 24 yards. That's it. Notice how simple. Now you have to make sure you use the unit multipliers and you do it the way I'm showing it so that it's very easy for you too. The next example says convert using unit multipliers 4.5 miles to feet. So again, I'm going to put the 4.5 miles, MI, and then bring down the unit multiplier. The units that I have on the top, I put on the bottom. And then I check if I have a conversion from miles to feet, and I do. It says that 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And so now I multiply, and the miles cancel each other, and the 4.5 is going to be next to the 5,280 because the 5,280 is on the top, so it's multiplying, and I put my units. Now, writing the units is super important because we are passing there. If we don't put that, then we don't know what we have. So you have to put the units in your answer. The next example is with weight. So let's see how we would do it. We start and do the same. We put 12 tons on the top, and we bring down tons on the bottom, pounds, which is LB, that's the symbol for pounds, LB, And I'll write it like that because if not, it looks like a 16. And 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. And so again, when I multiply, the tons cancel. And 12 times 2,000 is 24,000. So 12 tons is the same as 24 pounds. Very simple. So make sure you follow the instructions, do it the way I'm teaching you, and you'll see that for this lesson, it will help you and it will make it easy, but also for other lessons in the future that will use this knowledge that you learned today. Have fun!